Hi, and welcome to Date with the Divas. Thank you for clicking on our video. I know you'll enjoy this, so do me a favor and click on that subscribe button if you haven't already. Remember to like our videos and hit on that notification bell so you never miss out on our newest videos. Come on, Entourage, let's grab the beverage of choice and let's have some tea. I believe Ms. Entreese is going to hook us up.
I am. So, Divas, how many of us watched the Super Bowl on Sunday?
Me.
Painfully. I
It hurt a little bit. It was a little painful. So, the Kansas City Chiefs fell to the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday night.
failed. They got slaughtered. They got
slaughtered. The Eagles were destroying everything in their path.
Fly, birds, fly.
But halfway through the game that we were all subjected to, there was a halftime performance by rapper Kendrick Lamar. Now, when Kendrick's halftime appointment was announced, there was some controversy by both his diehard fans and people who aren't necessarily fans of his, who felt like, does he have enough hits? Is he a big enough performer to fill that stage? And I think his fans felt like the type of music he does, we don't know if it lends itself to that platform. There were people who were fans of his who felt like him even doing the halftime show was selling out. So there was a lot of chatter leading up. Divas, what do you think of the performance? Because the opinions seem to be split, going one way or the other. Did we enjoy it? Samuel Jackson, we can see, was
he was like the hit. I love it.
Thank you. I think everyone loved Uncle Sam.
Right. Samuel Jackson played Uncle Sam. Lamar was accompanied by tons of dancers.
I like the flag. I
love the 50 African American men making up the American flag. We had SZA. And we had his people weren't sure if he was going to perform They Not Like Us, his very famous and Grammy award-winning diss track to Drake.
And Serena,
he performed it. He performed it, and he actually said Drake's name at a certain point with a grin on his face. What did we think? Did you guys enjoy the performance?
Less the tight pants.
Yeah, thank you. Someone else agrees with me.
What was up with them tight bell bottoms?
Like the first 10 minutes, I was distracted by them. I was like,
me too. And then when they did the close up and they did the move, and I just kept going down to the bell bottoms and the tightness. It distracted me totally from the performance because I was like, damn.
And I was like, kept thinking, is that women's pants on it?
They were. I found out they were women's pants. I researched it. Yes.
Why did he?
That's the first thing was like I was excited to see him, but I was just so disappointed in the pants. And now everything is on the internet, is everybody with them pants on, and men are talking, memes are like, oh, my husband tried on the Kendrick Lamar pants, and it's just right. I was just very, very upset about the pants. And you know what? And it didn't, he's isn't he like 5'5"?
Yeah, he's very short. He's very little.
He's very, what do they call vertically challenged. But
and the pants didn't lengthen him.
No. That's what I'm saying. I thought someone would have told him that maybe if we chose another type of pants, then maybe it would have elongated the legs and elongated him on television. But you know what? I digress. I love the performance.
I liked the performance. I love it. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot.
Well, I guess because what did you love about it?
So I will say this. It's like I didn't realize that he has a lot of songs.
Songs he played were from his new album though. So
yeah, most of the songs he played were not his hits though.
Right.
No, I know, but I'm just saying in general, I didn't realize how much that he has. And it's not like people are making it seem like he's just this person that came on the scene like yesterday, but he's been around for a minute. I liked it, and then what I appreciate, the word I wouldn't use is appreciated. I just liked the concept of it all. And I guess because I like the beats of his music, what's his name? Mustard? Mustard,
That was a
DJ
guest.
Mustard.
That was a guest performance.
But yeah, but I like the beats. I love his beats, on several of his songs. His beats are just hot. And for me, what gets me on a song is the beat. If I can rock to the beat, I'm good. And but I appreciated, and it was just like as I was watching it, what I wanted to do was like I was trying to look, I was like, oh, and it was like every time something happened, I was looking at the concept and I was like, oh, that's a flag. Oh, Uncle Sam. So it was just like there was like these hidden little messages, and then the game board at the end, and then you see the X and the O with the PlayStation. So it was just like little stuff. I didn't even realize Serena was in it. But anyway, I liked it. I liked it a lot. Sorry, that
No,
was a lot.
that's a great assessment. That's a great assessment.
Say from my perspective, like when you think about Super Bowl, it was for me, it wasn't like entertaining, like how people in the sense of, oh my God, it was so entertaining. But I knew that because of who he was, he had a message. So that's what I liked. I was like, okay, what message? And the fact of what he was going to give us. And I was like, okay, I had to watch it like 3, 4, 5 different times. I was like, oh, I missed that. And all, like just to see the different subliminal messages that he was portraying throughout of it. I mean, the first time I looked at it, it was more just, oh, okay. And I was like, wait, there's more to this. And you just started kind of,
it was like unpeeling an onion, kind of sort of like, oh, okay. Yeah, because like you said,
I want out of our Super Bowl performance. Do we want to have to go back and watch it 18 times?
I don't think we want to go watch it, but I wanted to have some kind of like I loved when they had the Super Bowl with the hip hop one that had the
Dr. Dre.
Like
Dr. Dre.
The Dr. Dre,
Yes,
exactly.
that was
like,
good.
I loved that. That to me was just
so did I. That was fire.
Yes, I like that one.
And that was one where you were peeling onions because you're like, oh, okay. I mean, in a way, because some of it was in your face. It was in your face, but it had a lot of meaning in it. It was great.
I don't think those two performances are comparable.
No, they're not.
They're not.
We're talking about peeling an onion. That's all I'm talking about.
You didn't feel like the Dr. Dre performance was very in your face, straight up entertainment. Everybody in the room knew the song.
Yeah, most definitely.
We're not talking about entertainment.
It was like, ooh, Mary J. Ooh, Eminem.
Ooh. Yeah, but that's how I felt about the
entertainment.
Exactly. But you saying, oh, Mary J. Blige. Ooh, but the thing is, every time I saw something inside of watching it, I was like, oh. When I saw
like,
Samuel Jackson,
like, oh.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Because when I saw Samuel Jackson as Uncle Sam, I knew from jump. I was like, all right, I started pulling up my sleeves, and I was just like, all right, he's about to tell us something. He's saying something.
Right, taking us to school, exactly.
And that's exactly it. And the thing is, I had to, so like you have your thought process on what he's trying to say, and given the climate that we're in today, right now with the election and things of that nature. So it's just like, well,
and the president was in the building.
Oh yeah, and so it made you kind of like. Once I knew that there was something in there, I paid attention, and then in my mind, I'm like, okay, did I understand the assignment? Did I get it right? And then now you start floating on the internet and be like, okay, yeah, I got it. Yeah. So
okay, I am not. I don't really know a lot of Kendrick Lamar's his music, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I watch the Super Bowl every year, and I just thought it lacked a little energy because you're performing at a sporting event, and so people are like pumped up. I don't want to have to like think about the message you're trying to convey to me.
I get you.
And so I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, okay, here comes the second half of the game. It was just like,
no.
Oh, okay, cool.
To me, it was just a different level of it.
See, and that's the thing is, for me, it's like I would expect different things from different artists. You know what I'm saying? There are just some artists, that I'm gonna be looking at just, oh my God, are you entertaining me? Yes, this is great, music wise, blah, blah, blah. You did a good compilation or whatever. And some I'm like, okay, well, let's see what you're gonna do. Like, is there gonna be a little extra? Kind of like those, what do you call those?
Rihanna. We already know Rihanna, she's a good entertainer, but we already knew she wasn't gonna be doing backflips. That's just not her thing. But the thing is, everyone enjoys her music. You like, that she's going to have her dancers back there. So it was like the expectation for me. I knew that he's not that type of performer. You know what I'm saying?
Like, is he an entertainer, like a high energy entertainer? Because I don't get that.
I wouldn't say he's high energy, but the thing is, for him, it's more about, with him, it's about his words.
Right.
And everyone is thinking about his words.
I didn't understand the words 80% of the time. I didn't know what he was saying.
And I concur, because even Abby has some people who was like, yeah, I didn't know didn't know who Kendrick is either. And they're like, now we're
gonna go back to what y'all said last week about, 60 years old versus 20 years old and things like this,
No. I know who Kendrick Lamar.
There are people that know the words.
I know who Kendrick Lamar is. I'm very familiar with his music. Kendrick Lamar did not know the words. And if he was going to give us a message, let us hear the message. I could not understand the lyrics.
First, I did understand in here and stuff like that. I did like the Uncle Sam. I did like the whole flag thing. But to me, after the 5 minutes or 4 minute mark, when it got so heavy concentrated towards Drake stuff, to me, that took away what he was trying to do to begin with. Because now we're all focused on this beef. And the message went over everybody's heads because we kept focusing on this beef now. And, hey, we're going to sing this song. Oh, but I hear he likes to sue, da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, okay, maybe he's trying to be entertaining there, but it took away from the message at that point. To me, it kind of made it null and void.
And I think for you and to me, and I think a lot of people, because I was, looking on social media, that was like the joke. Like people were waiting for that point for him to do the song, so that was part of the entertainment for him to.
And if he was going to do the song, that was the concern. Is he going to do the song because of the fact they're in the midst of a lawsuit? So I was waiting to see, is he gonna do a jab, with it?
Well, that jab took away from his whole message about America to me.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it did. I don't think it did.
That is America. We are a litigious country.
Did you guys find it entertaining, as the message aside?
Yeah.
Because I don't have an issue with the message, but I do feel if you're going to do the halftime, you have an obligation to be entertaining.
I get you.
It was entertaining, but not at that
level. Exactly.
Not for the masses.
I wasn't that entertained, I'm sorry, when Rihanna performed. It was cool.
Fair enough.
But you know what I'm saying?
I feel like it was entertaining to certain demographics of people and
I agree.
Things like that. But for the general masses that actually watch, I think maybe it was a miss for some majority of the people that watch the Super Bowl.
And I agree. And I want to say, if we're going to point out, I think if we're going to go back to the Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg and all of them and, whatever, if we're going to go back to that one, that appealed to a whole lot of masses in terms of it just touched a lot of things. I think everyone loved that one regardless. Mm-hmm. And then you think about, Usher. And then you say Usher, he's a different type of artist. Mm-hmm. Again, with me, my expectation, I always love the halftime show, but my expectation for him, I was ready.
Yeah, the bar was already set. So
the bar was already set for me. I knew it wasn't going to be high energy. I already knew that it wasn't going to be. I just wanted to see what was going to happen. What impressed me was the fact that it was a little bit more entertaining than I anticipated it to be, because I already knew I knew it was going to be flat. I was shocked that, it was going to be him and it was going to be only him,
I know.
So I was just like, how are we doing that? So at that point, that's when it clicked in my mind. There has to be something else behind it, but again, the bar was already set for me that I was not going to be jamming and dancing and doing all of this. I was just going to be, kind of bobbing my head okay. For me, it wasn't a disappointment because my expectation was already set.
Do you think he should perform more of his hits?
Say that again?
Do you think he should perform more of his hits? Because I was a little disappointed that he did majority of his new album. I was like, come on, man. And that's probably why you didn't understand the words, because you never heard the song before, Andres. That's probably why you didn't,
exactly.
But you know why you did that, right?
Super fast. I'm like, damn, do you want us to know what you're saying?
Well, Lavelle, you were going to say something?
My question is, do you know how they select the performers for these
Jay-Z is now over that process. I think he got like a 10-year contract
But he's
with
just a
them.
sole person. We've
But
decided
he's the chairman of that committee. So he's selecting, and I
there's a
believe
committee and he's a part of
that
it.
people's record sales increased by 800% the day after the Super Bowl. So I believe that Jay-Z he obviously loves Kendrick Lamar and wanted to push his music out to the masses and like give him
Besides
that
California.
platform.
Gotcha.
The reason he didn't play his old stuff, I mean, if you guys look into it, he was in that bad agreement where they split it. He wouldn't have made any kind of money off of it. He technically owned all of his new record. So any of the sales, he's getting 100% of the profit. So what would you do? You're going to play your new record because he got screwed in that.
Whatever
in the
Gail
past.
is doing, she's remastering all her stuff.
Exactly. And that was part of Drake's thing. Drake, in a couple of songs back in the day, Drake dissed him about the fact that his past music, he really didn't get nothing. It was like a 50-50 split or whatever on his past music.
It was 50-50, and then they did something else and it made it where he even got less than 50. So
Exactly.
like he's barely getting anything
that was the joke.
old music.
That was the joke on him, with Drake. They kept going back and forth. I didn't realize the whole beef with him and Drake went a really long time in terms of. I knew that I didn't know it went as deep as it did in terms of the songs because I'm not really a Kendrick Lamar fan like that, nor am I a Drake fan like that. A couple of songs I may be like, oh, so because I'm not into it like that, I didn't realize the connections of the beef that they had.
Well, the good news is it was the most watched Super Bowl halftime in Super Bowl history. It got higher ratings than the game itself. It got higher ratings than the Michael Jackson performance, which was previously the highest rated halftime performance.
Wow.
Well, so that song, everybody likes that. They're not like
it was a monster hit.
And I think, and I want to say that is due to the fact that the song is so popular.
They not like us.
Yeah, the song is so popular, and like I said, even when I saw Serena, I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, we moving on to that. So, Entourage, drop down in the comments and let us know. What did you think of the performance? Was it a hit? Was it a miss? Was it what you were expecting? Did you get the message?
I did because I know Serena's from Compton, so I felt like it was definitely a homage to her. But of course, everyone went to left field because she dated Drake, and it's her.
Okay,
she danced
don't
her ex.
Stealing my thunder, Alicia.
You asked my opinion now. Mind you, she acted like last week didn't happen, y'all. She's acting like last week didn't happen.
Who is the host, Alicia? Sit back.
Taking my job.
Reel it back.
Go ahead, Alicia. Go ahead. You lead us into the next one, Alicia. Go ahead. Take it away, girl.
Come on, Ms. Akshes. Keep it moving. Let's go.
Okay, so for those of you
entertaining, I liked it. Go ahead.
Who may have missed it during the halftime performance, superstar tennis player Serena Williams made a cameo. You have to call it a cameo because if you blinked, you might have
missed it.
Thank you.
Somebody would have had to yell it out to you when you turned your head.
I yelled it out to the whole bar.
Yeah, I don't know whose idea that was.
She did it
that quick, but they should have done it for a full minute. Like whoever did that, they were
because people were asking me, "Who's that?" And I was just like, "I don't know, some chick." And then I said, "Wait a second, no." And then after that, I realized that it was her.
It was 44-year-old Serena Williams, tennis superstar, who crip walked during the They Not Like Us segment of the performance. And for those of you who don't know, Serena Williams apparently dated Drake. He wrote a couple of songs that he said was about her. I think they dated in 2012, 13, that time period. Serena Williams also was brutally torn apart by the media when she crip walked after beating Maria Sharapova at the Olympics. She crip walked in celebration, and the people just went nuts criticizing her. So
it was disrespectful.
It was a nod as a Compton girl that she was with her Compton buddy Kendrick Lamar crip walking on that grand stage.
Would have been better
So
if
whatever
you could have walked over towards her so we could have more camera time. I'm just saying, like, production wise.
Yeah, because it was really quick. It was really
it
quick.
was
very
bad.
quick, but everybody caught it and it went viral.
Oh yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith, for the, we all know Stephen, he's going to run his mouth, pop off. He was critiquing the halftime performance, and during his critique, he had words for Miss Williams. He said that he felt Serena Williams was being disrespectful to her husband because she was obviously there to taunt her ex.
See
And
how the performance went over his head?
Thank you. Because ain't nobody mentioned it.
Well, she was performing during the Drake diss song. So,
but then you should say this. Then everyone can say the same thing about SZA, because SZA used to go out with Drake too. So then
married,
it was.
Though?
But still, I'm just saying.
Stephen A. Smith's point is, if my wife is interested in showing
that was a long shot,
has beef with her ex, then is she really over that situation?
I think Stephen Smith should stick to sports.
Her husband was tweeting great stuff about it, so he's good in his relationship with his wife.
Exactly.
Right, that's what I'm saying. She had that between him and Serena and her husband. They probably had a conversation. If he wasn't okay with it, he would have spoke up. I'm assuming.
Exactly. My thing is Stephen Smith, stick to sports. Just stick to sports.
Right. That was the NFL.
Either.
Well, he was talking about sports.
No, not that portion. Just don't even surmise anything.
Halftime discussions.
Serena is an athlete, and they were talking about a football game.
Whatever. And you know what? I think that was just so far reached. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but it was like you took away from her being in her Compton little space with her peoples to talk about like that. It just so happened that so what?
What do we think about a woman?
We always do that to women.
Serena's age, who's a wife and mother, being interested in taunting her ex.
But who said that?
Who said that she did?
Okay, on one of the articles that you sent, Serena Williams stated that she got asked by Kendrick to dance. And she's like, yes, it was nothing about, hey, you want to do this just to get back at your ex? I feel like it'd be a great thing to do. She never said none of that. She just tweeted that, hey, he asked me to, where else would I get an opportunity to do that? End of story, just to dance.
You can't dance to another song.
Can you crip walk any other songs he performed that night? Were any of the songs crip rock appropriate?
Done a crip walk on any other song.
Thank you.
And he specifically asked her to crip walk. He specifically asked her. He said, "I loved your performance when you did. I loved your dance when you did the crip walk, the Olympiads. Would you be willing to do it at the Super Bowl?" When he called and asked her.
Kendrick knew exactly what he was doing when he asked Serena.
Well, maybe that was Kendrick's. Maybe that was him, but that wasn't. Don't put that on them.
I'm gonna put it on both of them. I think they both knew exactly what they were doing. I think Serena was getting her lick back, which I'm not mad at her for it, but girl, that's what you
teeny.
And here's the thing: would you tell him no? When was she ever going to be able to go to the Super Bowl and be on the field and entertain? I mean, I'm like, I'm going to do what I got to do.
Serena Williams need more attention, like.
Well, I mean, it's an amazing opportunity.
I think all celebrities want more attention. That's part of their job.
Yeah, I do believe that, whatever she said of how he brought it up and invited her to do this portion of the concert was what they said. But I do believe there was like a little bit in the background, you know what I'm saying? But I don't believe that it was all of that. Like, oh my God,
I don't believe that.
Remember, she taunted him last year at some awards ceremony.
I don't remember.
She came out and said, what we all learned this year is don't ever get into a beef with Kendrick Lamar. And she was saying Drake, when he goes to the basketball games, they're gonna be treating him like Forrest Gump, no seats here. Did y'all see that?
No, it should have been one of our because we have no idea about it.
Even still, I mean, you got a whole lot of crap going on. I'm sure you're going to.
Well, didn't Drake have like 3 or 4 songs about her and try to diss her and her husband? So whatever Serena does at this point is look back. It don't matter. It's deserved. Intentional or unintentional. You come for the queen, you're gonna get bit. Okay.
Thank
10
you.
years later, and we're still talking about it. I just want to know what happened. Like, what went on between
Man,
those
he just
two?
always he does
If
this to
she
all his
tell you
exes.
what happened, then you're gonna keep going on and saying, "You see, you was thinking about it. You was thinking about
Right,
it." So she
right.
ain't telling you crap because she gonna be like, "I
Exactly.
treat you. You too much in my business."
Not me,
Basically.
Steven. Serena, it's not me.
But my thing is, that's the case. So then, maybe I would think something of it because, like, Kendrick Lamar had a song with SZA. So, Drake was with Rihanna, Nicki Minaj. I think at one point he was. Was he? No, they were just cool. They were on the same set. They were part of the same set. But anyway, my thing is just, I think just like Joe said, there might have been a tinge of it, but I don't think that was 100. That was the majority focus of it. And
let's
just
be
like
real.
Alicia said, there was no other Crip appropriate song to do that dance.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Besides
dancing, Alicia. I don't know.
She made a dance since that thing happened in her tennis match, of course that's going to be associated with her at this point. So yeah, why not, And then to piggyback a little bit off of what Lava said, I mean, I hate to say it, but Drake was a hoe. He's dated a lot of women in the industry, so you can't avoid
Basically.
working with any of his exes. Okay, you can't avoid it. If anything moved or breath, he was like, "Oh, let me date you," and
Thank you. I agree.
Well, Entourage, jump down in the comments and let us know what you think. Do you think Serena was disrespectful? Do you think she was being petty? Or do you think she was just, taking her opportunity to
Girls just want to have fun
again with her buddy to a great song at the halftime show? What do you think?
She wanted to be a part of history.
Right. So Andres, if you get asked to walk across for the halftime show, you will turn it down because you're not a dancer?
Because it's not like she wasn't a part of history before.
I'm just saying, you always got to keep yourself relevant. You're always going to be in the topic of a conversation.
Highest viewed Super Bowl ever. She was a part of it. Samuel Jackson. Did he really need to do that?
The most popular one, like Samuel Jackson.
Marilyn,
Exactly.
did Samuel Jackson need to do that?
That's exactly it. Because
they
I
all
know
knew
that
the story and the momentum that he was going to give, and that's why they wanted to be a part of it.
Exactly. And he even had words. Like Samuel Jackson had words. It wasn't like he was just on the screen, he had words. So he was there for a purpose and intent.
For sure.
So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Okay, well, if you enjoyed the video, do us a big favor and hit that like button. It's an easy and free way to support our growing channel. And why not hit the subscribe button too? Because we do this, we have this party every single week, and we would love for you to drop by. So hit that subscribe button and let the Divas party with you over and over and over again, because we always bring the tea and it's always piping hot. But
most definitely.
Bye for now.
I think we should be ending with like music. Dun, 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 dun,
yeah.
Dun,
What is it? When I call it our outro has
right.
little music going on. There's music. That way, no
that was
copyright.
not the music Lava was trying to do. You didn't catch it. She's doing the beat from Kendrick's song.
No copyrights.
Oh, okay.
I know YouTube be checking for copyright.
They are like us. They are like us.
Not you giving the proper version of it, huh?
Oh, Lord.
And then she said they, THEY, like she made sure to say
they just like us. They just like us.
Oh, I get
it. And they with a D. Try it again.
Right. She did, yeah.
All right, y'all.
Bye.